This is a pretty serious situation, so don't click off this video. We have a dangerous couple of days ahead with severe weather, with back-to-back moderate risk days as we go into Friday, Saturday, and severe weather continuing into Sunday as well. And this is a multifaceted system, not only bringing severe weather, but the potential for flash flooding, wildfire risks, very high synoptic winds, and we could even be talking about a blizzard, and if that's not enough, an ice storm as well. So a big time storm system is going to be moving to the country, and this is why you need to subscribe to my channel. Follow along with all my detailed, accurate, and reliable weather information here on my channel on YouTube. Simply just subscribe to the channel, like the video, give it a thumbs up. That's all you got to do, and share this video with friends, family, and on social media. Just press the share button and share this with as many people as you can, because millions of people will be impacted east of the Rockies with this system. And let's start with our temperatures, because it's going to be mild out there, and that's what's driving the potential for severe weather. Is we're just going to be so anomalously warm east of the Rockies here, and you can see the records being broken today all the way up and down the plains. Texas, we're into the 90s, 70s, all the way up into the Dakotas, and Minnesota this afternoon. Anywhere boxed out there has the chance for record highs. Look how widespread that becomes into the Midwest, in the heartland of the country, as we go into Friday, March 14th. Yeah, 80 degrees is not out of the realm of possibility up into Iowa, Illinois, or Missouri as we go into your Friday. Warm air pushes east on Saturday, driving some more severe weather in the southeast, but then a big cold front cools us off as we end the weekend there on Sunday. Let's look at the severe weather. Probably what we would consider an appetizer, I guess, for severe weather today. We have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk from Alabama into southwest Georgia and northwest Florida. Main risk here are going to be gusty winds and some smaller hail. Cannot rule out, though, a brief tornado as we go through the afternoon hours. Notice these storms are kind of fizzling as they move through Alabama and Georgia, and then as they move into northwest Florida, especially around sunset. I think these storms are really going to start to fizzle as we lose the instability. We lose that storm energy as the sun sets here this evening. Now, any storms that are left over could drop some heavy downpours. Make no mistake about it. If you get under a storm, could be seeing anywhere from a quarter to half an inch of rain in a short amount of time. A lot of us will remain dry, though, across Alabama, Georgia, and northwest Florida going into this evening. Now, here comes our big dynamic storm system for mid-March. This is the system we've been talking about for several days now on my channel. We have a low pressure system on the lee side of the Rockies, eastern Colorado, that's going to kick out here Friday morning into the high plains, and this is really going to deepen to a 975 millibar low pressure system, and that strong of a low is going to produce a lot of different impacts. We talked about severe weather, flash flooding. We have some high synoptic winds with this as well, with a wildfire risk, and a blizzard with ice storm impacts further to the north as well. And some of that colder air rushes in from the north. So let's look at the severe weather aspect of this as well. And this is a reason why you got to like my videos and also share them, because we have the potential for a tornado outbreak both on Friday and on Saturday here, and that even continues into Sunday. So here's Friday. We have a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk of severe weather across most of Illinois, southeast Iowa, eastern Missouri, even parts there of Arkansas, western Kentucky, and western Tennessee. Severe weather could extend as far north, though, as the Lake Superior area all the way down here to New Orleans. So a large real estate in potential for severe weather there on Friday. And it's going to be driven by some winds. I think the widespread damaging wind, even destructive winds, could be there. 70 to 90 mile per hour winds, okay? And this is anywhere highlighted within that hatched area with the black. We could be seeing that. So a large metropolitan area is affected here. Des Moines, Kansas City, St. Louis, Chicago, all the way down here in towards Carbondale, Paducah, Memphis, all the way down almost to Little Rock. So a very large area seeing that. And then the tornado risk is large as well, extending from Rochester, Minnesota, all the way to almost New Orleans. We have a 10% hatched area for tornadoes, which we could be seeing those stronger, longer track tornadoes here from St. Louis down toward Memphis and Jackson, Mississippi as we go into your Friday evening. And then the hail risk is there as well, quite significant, centered on St. Louis. Could be seeing those hailstones of golf ball size or larger. That is 2 inches in diameter or larger with this system. So just to get a sense of the timing of these storms, here is Friday around daybreak or so, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. All is quiet out there. We have the cold air aloft coming in on the backside of our low. That's really going to get us going as we go into the early afternoon. Boom, we got storms developing around the Kansas City, St. Joseph area up there toward Omaha as we go into the mid and late Friday afternoon time frame. We're eyeing up between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. for initiation. weekend, and then those storms will race northeastward, almost like a derecho, producing squall line through Iowa, Missouri, and into western Illinois, and that will be on the leading edge where we see the widespread damaging wind risk. We could be talking 70 to 90 mile per hour winds here, and that could be quite significant as we go into the evening as it crosses through the Quad Cities, Rockford, Peoria, all the way down to St. Louis. More isolated, semi-discrete supercells further to the south. Those could pose a risk for more tornadoes as we go into the evening hours and overnight, and that's during the nighttime hours. So nighttime tornadoes will be possible. Doesn't end there. We have another moderate risk in the red across portions of Mississippi into Alabama and parts of Louisiana on Saturday, March 15th. This is level 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5 enhanced in the orange, 2 out of 5 in the yellow, and 1 out of 5 in the dark green. And notice the severe weather risk stretches again. Large real estate from Lake Erie all the way down to the Gulf Coast there on Saturday. And we're looking here at some significant severe weather, especially in that enhanced and that moderate risk zone in the red and the magenta here with those hatched marks. Significant tornadoes that could be long tracked. Okay, we're talking EF2 or stronger, hurricane force winds 70 to 90 miles an hour again here, and some very large hail 2 inches in diameter or larger. Again, that's golf ball size or larger there on Saturday. Getting a sense of the timing, already seeing some storm activity perhaps in the warm sector Saturday morning. This is ongoing from Friday night's activity into Saturday morning. Then we're going to start to see more of the storms reigniting across especially Mississippi into Alabama as we go to peak heating there on Saturday, posing the risk for some long track, strong, if not violent tornadoes. So you want to make sure that you have your weather radio working and handy, and prepare a plan with your friends and family of what to do when severe weather strikes across this region as we go here into the weekend, because some significant severe weather on the way that will march into Georgia and northwest Florida overnight. So overnight tornadoes will be a possibility. Then going into Sunday, yes, doesn't end there as well. On to the 16th, we have a level 2 out of 5, slight risk of severe weather stretching from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, all the way down to North Florida. And yes, this does include a large area once again where we could have more scattered storms there on Sunday. Those will be marching east across the mid-Atlantic seaboard, the southeast coast as we go into Sunday afternoon. The strongest storms will likely stay into the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida, but we could have some severe weather even as far north again as Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, and New Jersey as we go into Sunday. Those storms will move off the coast and weaken Sunday evening. As far as the rainfall amounts are concerned, this could also produce some flash flooding. Again, we talked about this as a multifaceted system. There's our main parent low bringing rainfall from the Great Lakes down to the Gulf Coast there on Friday into Saturday. Secondary low pressure system and trough will bring even more training of thunderstorms over and over and over again. The same areas there, Kentucky down to Tennessee, into portions of Mississippi and Alabama. That could produce a lot of rainfall, and then that will shift east there as we go into Sunday. Rainfall amounts here could be pretty significant across portions of the east. We could be talking 2 to 4 inches worth of rainfall around Nashville, for example, up into Bowling Green, into Kentucky, down into the Tupelo area, Huntsville, Florence, and Alabama could be seeing the heaviest of rain with this system, watching out for flash flooding. Another more widespread aspect of this storm will be the winds, right? We're going to be seeing a lot of strong winds on the southern and eastern flank of this low, and with this ongoing drought, very significant down in New Mexico and Texas, especially the Texas Panhandle into West Texas, where wind gusts could be as high as 90 to 100 miles an hour. That is legit a possibility for Amarillo back down here toward Albuquerque. Very significant fire weather risk across this region, so open burning is a big no-no down across this region, but even some 60 mile per hour wind gusts all the way up toward the Windy City, right? In Chicago could be seeing that as well into the weekend, especially for Saturday. Now, there is a cold side to this storm too. We are going to be seeing a little bit of snow, but the main highlight again will be the severe weather, rain, and wind, but we could have some wetter snow, maybe a wintry mix across the eastern Dakotas, northeast Nebraska, and western Minnesota here for the weekend, mainly for Saturday, and an ice storm up there into Canada, especially toward the Hudson Bay as we go into the weekend. Here's the snowfall, a few to several inches, especially grassy surfaces there from the eastern Dakotas into Minnesota, heavier snow up toward the Hudson Bay, and potentially an ice storm for northern Ontario. Could be seeing upwards to 1/4 of an inch of ice, weighing down some of the infrastructure like power lines and trees and stuff like that. So make sure that you are prepared for the potential of power outages up there in northern Ontario with a significant ice storm heading into the weekend. Heading into next week, synoptically, very similar pattern to this week, and we see warmer air east of the Rockies, colder air across the Intermountain West, and this is a similar look here where we have a trough coming in across the west, ejecting somewhere across the middle and eastern two-thirds of the United States, and that could bring some more chances for another big storm with severe weather on the warm side and some heavy rain, and then on the cold side, some wintry impacts as far as heavier wet snow is concerned and some icing. Right now, the European model is trending a little bit further south with the snow into Wisconsin, maybe far northern Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas there for next week. The GFS model and the ensemble to that is a little bit further north, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that. A little bit of a disagreement on the track, of course, as we're still 7 days out or so from that storm. So make sure to prepare for the severe weather across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Deep South, and the Southeast as we go through the weekend. Make sure you are not alarmed or surprised by any severe weather, and you have all the information here on this channel. So subscribe to the channel, follow along with all my detailed, accurate, reliable weather information. Like the video, very important, press the thumbs up button, share this video, press the share button to share this video with friends, family, and anybody that you know so we can get the word out here, because millions of people will be impacted. And I hope everybody stays safe out there. Know what to do when a tornado warning is issued. Basement, but if you don't have a basement, lowest, most interior room away from walls here and the windows